The 5-game streak has been snapped. A 4-1 decision for the Victoria Grizzlies over the Powell River Kings. Kings assistant coach Sawyer comes in. Let's talk about that game overall. We said just before the end of the game there that you felt the Kings had the better quality. Just the quantity wasn't there, and I guess the finish wasn't there either tonight.
No, I thought we did generate our chances to score goals and junked the net. We had some nice backdoor tap-ins, which we didn't bear down on and get up and in. And, hats off to their goalie. He played well and made the big saves when he had to. And it easily could have been a win for us tonight. But, at the same point, when we don't capitalize on opportunities, our effort level wasn't there. You could see throughout our 5-game stretch, we were dialed in, we were ready to play, we were engaged, and we were physical. And tonight we took a back seat to a team that we knew was going to come out hard and strong and want it more. And we took a back seat to them. So, I mean, we did generate opportunities, but we didn't capitalize and we didn't play our A game.
Yeah, was that the biggest difference? I think was the engagement from a Powell River perspective. Did you sense the fact that the Grizzlies changed much from the 3 games preview where they were successful, and even to last night as well?
No, I thought last night we played very well. We made our opportunities and capitalized on them, and that was just through hard work and cycling the puck. And tonight we weren't really engaged for a battle. I thought we were a little casual, in our effort and our care level down low. We were throwing pucks away, and we weren't finding lanes from the point, and we're paying the price to get to the front of the net to get it off a shin pad or get a tip like we did last night. So, no, just the foot off the accelerator and, pretty lackadaisical effort, which at this point, the halfway point in the season, it's pretty disheartening. But, good week of practice, and then we got 2 interior teams coming in, and we'll gear up for that.
Wanted to talk about 2 key aspects before we get to that the weekend set there between Trail and Merritt. 2 key points from that game, both coming kind of midway through. Let's talk Austin Kamer's goal. Not necessarily the goal, but the melee afterwards, and it results in the Kings being, not really being able to use that momentum from a pretty good goal from Austin Kamer. A nice wrap around, tucked it in past Matt Galida, then you immediately go shorthanded. Just take us through that situation and what you were told on the bench there, because I watched it back on video and it's still not quite clear. No,
we were told that it was an initial slash on the goalie and then the melee, but it is what it is. You could see Nick Legion had a target on his back before the puck even dropped last night, and give him credit, played the right way. Took a guy running around and running his mouth all game, calling out our bench, and stood up for his teammates and did pretty well in his fight. So, it is what it is. Nice goal by Cameron to use speed, go wide, and catch the goalie cheating. We told the guys, drive wide. Their D is their weak point of their team, and we didn't capitalize enough on that tonight.
You kind of took my next question there. I wanted to talk about that Nikolasian Chuck Bennis battle, because it started last night. It developed throughout the game. It was always kind of simmering, and then obviously boiled over tonight with the fight there in the third period, and then everything just kind of stopped after that. There was very much a drop down in emotion.
Yeah, that'll happen in hockey. You think when a fight, I know personally as a player, when there's a fight, you respect your teammate for standing up for himself or for the guys, and taking matters into his own hands. It's not easy to do that, and I thought Nick handled himself well, but we just didn't feed off of it. You could see, but normally that'll lift the team up when a guy does really well in a fight. And again, we were just deadbeat sitting on the bench, just quiet. We were pretty mute. There wasn't much chatting on the bench, and there was no energy. So I don't know what it is, but we got to find it and get back to consistent hockey and getting pucks out and getting pucks deep and taking care of our own end. I think in the second period, I don't know what the shot total was, but if I'm a betting man, it was pretty ugly in favor of them. So, a lot of running around in our D zone, that opened up a lot of opportunities for them, and they capitalized.
Finally, on tonight, thoughts on Sheldon Brett. No stranger to the BCHL, but first game here with the Kings, and then the debut of Ben Raffler on the back end as well.
No, I thought they did well. Sheldon came in, played with some energy. I mentioned in the second period, I mentioned that he took a nice hit in the first period to make a play and open up a 2-on-1, and that's what you need from not just guys coming in to help out, but you need that from everybody, guys willing to sacrifice. And I thought he played with a lot of energy and didn't shy away and knew what he was getting into, obviously having played in the league before. And then Raffler, a little tough with ice time, rolling 7, and I think 2 or 3 times he came up, and then there'd be a penalty for either team. So, but no, I thought he played real well. Was physical, good with the puck. Speed-wise, he didn't look out of place at all.
I thought he was good in the third period. They made a couple of nice plays.
No, definitely, and towards the end of the game, I started to use him a little more because he's playing with confidence. He's been doing really well down in Comox. So, And he had a great camp up here with us, an exhibition game, and kept it simple.
Yeah.
And same thing tonight. I mean, he's a big body, he moves well, and he's a pretty heads-up player. So nice to get him over and in his first BCHL game. And I thought both of them did very well, especially for getting up at 5:30 to catch that early boat with the sailing situation here. So, but no, I mean, thank you to those guys for coming over, and Dawson Rodine for flying up to be with us this weekend. I mean, it's huge anytime. I know when you make the call to guys, they're all excited, but when they get here and help out, it's a lot of effort and time to get here, and then to play the games is the easy part. So thank you to those guys for coming in this weekend.
Let's talk next weekend as the Kings hosting the Trail Smoke Eaters and the Merritt Centennials. You've got the game a couple of weeks ago to go off from Merritt. You've seen them up close and personal. What's this week going to be like in terms of preparing guys for two interior opponents? And you don't have a whole lot to go off on the Trail Smoke Eaters there.
No, I think it's just a matter of playing our game. I think when we dial it in and we play our style of hockey and our fast pace and finish hits and manage pucks, I mean we're pretty good team. I mean you could see it against Chilliwack there. We were pretty solid in Imo earlier in the year, and even against Vernon here at home. So we've played Merritt before. It's things will be a little different because you're on a bigger ice surface, but no, we know what to expect, and a team in Trail as well. It's kind of do some video on them, get an idea of what they're going to throw at us. But at the end of the day, I think it's just our guys coming to the rink every day, being prepared. I mean, it'll be a tough week of practice here after the effort here tonight. So, we'll get after it this week and put in some hard work and prepare. And hopefully next weekend it's 2 home wins here.
Appreciate you coming up and doing this. Thank you very much. Before I let you go, I did want to, and I had this question in my head and it slipped to the back. I got distracted by down there. And I wanted to ask about this midway point of the season. 29 games in the books. You sit now with a record 17, 11, 0-1. How do you feel about that? Because, I mean, obviously you're batting above 500. You're sitting pretty close to a top of division. I mean, Nanaimo has been very, very good over the last 3 or 4 weeks and have earned a current 6-point lead over the Kings in the standings. Those 2 games still in action. But you look back on the first season and this evolution of a team, particularly up front where so much changed through the offseason. The back end was a little bit more stable. When you reflect back on the 29 games now in the books, kind of what comes to mind to you about the development of this year's club?
No, it's been, talking with Kent a lot in the summer. Obviously, my first full off season with the team, it's a different experience. But, talking, we said it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a young group up front and a little bit steadier in the back end. And then obviously having Jeff Smith back there is, it's that much more consistency in our game and our D-No. They're a little more freedom allowed because they have a guy like Smitty back there. So, but no, with Jeff and Stefan back there, we're confident in our goalies, our D. We're getting better every day. I think you could see this weekend skating the puck a lot more, taking the net when they have time and space to move. So, the group up front, it's just consistency. It's been a challenge. It's been fun. With 17, 11, 0-1, like you mentioned, it's a pretty good record. I think you can see with when we play, we can rattle off some wins in a row, and when we don't play our game, we take a back seat and we drop a lot of games. So, no, I mean, to be sitting 8 games above 500 at the halfway point, it's nice, but I think with the second half coming up, we still have a lot to work on and a lot to improve on. So, and that's the challenge of the season. You're fighting for playoff position from the drop of the puck back in September against Nanaimo, and it's going to be an exciting second half with the jockeying in the standings for the home, especially home ice advantage, and moving forward is just getting better. So when playoffs start in March, you're ready to go.
It's those words that we talk about, jockeying for position, home ice advantage, games in hand. They start to be used a little bit more here through the stretch
exactly.
of the season.
I mean, you look at it, and it's. I think it was you and I talking at work the other day, just saying like, "Wow, I can't believe it's December 1st, and we're 27 games in. You blink, and you're already in December." And the challenge now of the last 2 weeks, 5 games before Christmas. I know everyone gets excited to go home.
That in itself is its own distraction.
It's its own distraction. So it's this is a challenging point in the season. I mean, yes, we're at the halfway point and you're gearing up, but you want to go into for a good week off in Christmas with riding a high with some wins. So we'll manage that, but. Hopefully we can find our consistency and continue to win games and grind them out and not just expect to blow a team out one night and then come out and have to grind one out. Hopefully we can be consistent, win the 2-1 games and win the 7-1 games if we have to.